Hello and welcome to the final part of the ships from the 13th anniversary bundle. This video we are looking at the Terran Glenn. We'll look at the Vanity shields from the Dilithium store that are available during certain events of the year, and also from the Zen store. The reason that I am using the Terran Glenn skin is that the Terran crossfield is almost identical to the other crossfield video that I have done, with the exception of a slight change to the nacelles. So I thought this would be a better skin to use, as it is a bundle exclusive for the 30th anniversary. As always, the chapters for the video are linked in the description down below. So the first shield we'll have a look at is the Alliance shield. This is currently the only shield available in the Zen store. It comes as part of the Khitomer Alliance bundle, where you get the shield, the uniform, and an upgrade. Now, with this model, it has an animation effect to the Basard collectors, so they do not change colour throughout any shield. So we'll always have this red for the nacelle cover, and as you can see, it is pulsating away there at the moment. So looking at the shield itself, we have a white hull. We've got some red lines within the shield as well, with some grey shading as well as some gold shading. Then we have this cyan effect here for the deflector array. Looking at the rear, we have a red through orange, yellow into white for the impulse engines. As we rotate through, apart from the light blinding you at the moment, we have the cyan effect here on the nacelles themselves. Then we've got more of the gold and grey shading to go along with the white hull. And then you'll see it better from the underside. We've got that cyan going around the inner parts of the saucer section there. And some more of the grey and gold on the underside. Next up is a very popular shield in the game from the Dilithium store, and it's the Baul Vanity shield. So we can see this dark hull material. These red lines really do pop against that material. We've got this dull blue effect here for the deflector. You can see a bit of it there on the inner parts of the saucer section there. At the rear, we've got these lovely red impulse engines. It's probably my favourite impulse engine effect throughout all the shields in the game. See a bit of that dull cyan there for the nacelle colour. As we look down, we can see some of this etched design pattern within the hull material. And we're the same there on the underside. Here we have the Borg Vanity shield, so the look of a liberated Borg vessel and not an assimilated one. So we have this grey hull material. It's got a mismatched shape of hull plating effects to it. Got this blue design here for the deflector array. We see this blue illumination here. That's exposed areas of the hull with a conduit effect pattern and this lighting effect. Rear, we have the blue there on the impulse engines, same there for the nacelles. Then we've got this blue lighting and this orangey gold lighting as well for that exposed areas of hull. As we look down, you can see right around the inner part of the saucer there that we've got that exposed area of hull with quite a unique pattern of the blue lighting mixed in there with the gold. And with the same here on the underside with some additional sections of the ship with that exposed area effect. So here we have the Discovery Vanity Shield. So this is one of the shields in the game that has a different appearance. So this is the appearance you get when you apply it to a Federation aligned character. And we'll have a look at the effects on the Klingon aligned characters next. So we'll have this grey hull material. It's got a couple of different shades to it. We've got this blue and white effect here on the deflector with the centre part greyed out. The rear, we've got the red for the impulse engines, and we'll have the blue there for the nacelles. So down we have the blue illumination there on the inner parts of the saucer. And you see the different shades to the hull material with that pattern design in it as well. And with the same there on the underside. So this is the Discovery Vanity Shield applied to a KDF line character. So we've got this brown hull material with various shapes to the pattern effect that's going on. We have this yellow and white effect for the deflector array. Same there for the impulse engines. You can make out a slight pattern effect there to the nacelles themselves. We'll have a better look when we go from beneath it. You see that inner lighting effect round the inner part of the saucer sections there. See the pattern effect there from the top with the nacelles. And again there on the underside. Here we have the Emperor's Vanity Shield. So this grey hull material. You can see a bit of the purple shading there. We have this lovely orange effect for the deflector array. Cyan there for the impulse engines. And we have this yellow effect for the nacelles. Then again, you can see the yellow illumination there on the inner part of the saucer. And there's that purple shading effect there. And with some more cyan lighting around the inner part there also. Again, more of the purple shading. And I've mentioned in a few videos recently that due to the changes to the lighting in the ship customizer, we're not getting to see the blue illuminated dots on the hull material. But if you look back to some of the older videos that I've done, you can see it, especially if you want to see it on the crossfield. There's a video there showing it. Here we have the Ferengi Vanity Shield. So we've got the orange hull. Got this lovely deep yellow effect here on the deflector. You can see the illuminated yellow there on the inner part of the saucer. With some touches of grey there and gold also. The deep yellow there for the impulse engines and the lighter yellow there for the nacelles. See more of the grey there also. See some of the lighter gold shading to the hull there, more of the grey also, and there is a rivet effect as well on certain parts of the hull material. And with the same there on the underside. Here we have the Hur'q Vanity Shield. So with this green hull material with some purple shading. This lovely green pattern design here on the deflector array. At the back here we've got the green again for the impulse engines and there for the nacelles. As we look down, we have this illuminated green pattern on the hull material also. And you see this shading effect on the hull material as well. The green there illuminating the inner part of the saucer section. And we've got more of that illuminated green pattern, as well as the purple with that shading effect also. Here we have the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield. So like the Discovery one, if you apply it to a Federation Alien character, you get this visual effect. And we'll have a look at the visual effect on the Klingon Alien characters next. So we've got this light grey hull material, this blue effect on the deflector array, similar to that of the Enterprise in the reboot films. Thankfully, we don't have to suffer the awful effect of the Bussard collectors from this shield due to that animation effect on this model. We've got an orange and yellow effect for the impulse engines, and we've got this blue and white effect here for the nacelles. Now, as this is a light hull material, it's about to get a bit bright as I rotate through. So you can see the pattern effect to the hull material and the different shades on it as well. And the same there on the underside. Looking at the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield applied to a KDF line character. So we have various shades of green for the hull. This lovely red effect here on the deflector array. Got red there on the impulse engines. You can make it this blue pattern effect for the nacelles. And more of that blue pattern lighting effect on the inner parts here of the saucer. Better view of it there from the top for the nacelles. And with the same there on the underside. Another popular shield in the game is the Section 31 Vanity Shield. So we have this dark hull material. That cyan effect there on the deflector, which is partially blacked out. You can see that lighting effect there on the inner part of the saucer as well. Got the red there for the impulse engines, and that cyan effect there on the nacelles. Down we can see this striped pattern effect on the hull material as well. You can see the different shades to the material also. And we're the same there on the underside of the ship. Moving on to the Tzenkethi Vanity Shield. So we've got this green hull material with a carved pattern to it. There's also some grey and some black shading to it as well. Then we have this hull material that's a lighting effect, and some parts of the lights do pulsate. Looking at the back, we have white there for the impulse and also the nacelles. There's some of that pulsating light effect going on there. And you see some of that carved pattern to the material there also. As we look down, we've got white there on the inner parts of the saucer section. Got the black hull material going around this area, and then with this pattern effect also. See more of that carved pattern design in the material there. And with the same there on the underside. And currently the last shield in the Dilithium store is the Zhat Vash Vanity shield. So we have this green effect here for the deflector array. We've got this olive and fawn hull material. The rear here we have the red for the impulse engines, and with this very bright green and white effect for the nacelles. A touch of grey there also. Then you've got that bright green and white lighting effect there on the inner part of the saucer. And as we look down, it's kind of an army camouflage effect with the colours of this shield. And with the same again there on the underside. That concludes the look at the Terran Glenn, and also concludes the look at the 13th anniversary bundle ships. Hope you've enjoyed the series and the video. As always, thank you all very much for watching. I do appreciate any comments in the videos, as well as the likes and subscribes are always very nice to have. In the description down below, you'll find links there to my social media, my Real Merch affiliate link for 10% off your orders through realmerch.com. I also have links there to the STO wiki, so a lot of information there on Star Trek Online. The main Star Trek Online news blog for information on patches and events. There's also a link there to Casual Sab's YouTube channel. So Casual Sab does a lot of builds, Q&As, live streams, news as well. He summarises the week's news very effectively. And he does a lot of honest reviews as well of new content in the game. So it allows you to have a very informed opinion before you look at purchasing anything. So he is well worth a look. He is extremely knowledgeable and very friendly as well. And as always, until the next video, thank you very much for watching.